YouTube, hello, it is I, your cold leader, your cold father, your cold daddy, Keronzi, back once again. We are going back into the land of Eorzea, and tonight we are joined by Shin. If you're new here or a returning viewer, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel grow. And those comments down below will respond to you in kind. This is a blind playthrough, though. So you're going to talk about any of the plot points that I have not yet encountered, and the plot is advancing. That's what we're going to be doing today.
We're talking actual plot, not plot.
Yes.
Ronzi has enough of that already.
There's never enough plot. But if you're going to talk about the plot, just mark your comment with spoiler at the beginning so I can use my discretion to read through it as I see fit. You still receive a comment all the same. There is the support streamer is still going on, so if you're watching this YouTube and you haven't acquired your pet mount, well, go find a streamer that you want to support and drop some subs. It could be me. You never know. If you do decide it to be me, I'll be eternally grateful. But just go and support some streamers. Go and drop some subs and get your winter mount and 50 Aetherite tickets. Any of them will certainly appreciate it. There is some links down below. The most important one at the moment is the Vasculitis Foundation charity link. We are currently raising money for the Vasculitis Foundation. They are a worthwhile cause because what they're looking to do is they are looking to try and cure vasculitis, which is a disease that affects the blood cells in the body and wreaks untold havoc throughout. We've got a member of our community, my mod, and a mod and friend to a lot of the streamers in the Thurs gang that are raising money for him for this. It is just incredibly worthwhile. I do realize that with it being Christmas, it is a very difficult time to potentially give money, with it being the holiday season and everything. But if you can't give money, if you can just watch, because getting eyeballs onto this just begets more eyeballs, and you never know, someone may be able to give some money. Just spread the word as well. Just more spreading the word is always going to be incredibly helpful. So yeah, click that link down below. It helps out a ton. Other than that, there are some other links that you may be interested in. There's the Lore Objects merge store. There's my throne list, which helps me out personally a little bit, if you want to consider looking at those. There is the Quell and Shardfall units in game. That link is down below. So working off all of those Christmas and holiday foods, all of your holiday feasts, you can use that link down below to purchase those. When it's a blend of fitness and gaming to help with that. And I've recently received word that the VR, which only works with the Meta Quests, which I think is just a little unfortunate, but I mean, at least it's got some VR. It will have some VR capability. Comes in early January of 2025. So if that also piques your interest, maybe drop on by. I think you've got some time. I think they have if you buy, I think before the 24th of December. Of this year, you can get access to that early, so consider hitting that link. And for full transparency, I get a small kickback if you use my link, which I probably should say gets $40 or equivalent off of your purchase. I should have led with that first, because that's the more important thing. It saves you money. It's just a byproduct that it helps me. I've waffled on for far too much. This has been nearly a 5-minute intro. I need to try and cut that down somehow, because you don't want to listen to me waffle for 5 minutes. You just want to see me play game. Maybe. And this is not... Right, would you stop? Stop. Stop. There. I just realized I never actually put all of these away, so let me do all this. Oh, I got the Ixion mount. Ixion? Wait, no, the Ixion is the silver reward from Chloe.
Right.
The Kirin. That's the one I mean.
Oh.
I got the Kirin mount.
Okay. The one you get for getting all the ponies.
Yes. Though I thought you had to get Nightmare, but apparently you don't. But yes, I have acquired that one. And I'm getting that yesterday because I completed the Bukes as well. Where am I even going? I don't know where I'm going. Oh, you go to the Rising Stones. More donuts. Where do we leave off in the story? I think we just returned here, right?
Yep.
We dealt with the griffin.
Papa Limo tried to become a butterfly.
Yes. Correct. Everyone has kind of gone on to do their things because grief management has never been the Scionce's strong point.
I should really get some help with that.
Yep.
Not sponsored by BetterHelp.
The obvious solution. The interminable wait for news from Grindania seems to be taking its toll on Alisei. Ilya. I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in East Stroud remains largely unchanged. Meaning we still have no idea how long it will be before... The communication from the Alliance? One moment. Yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. My thanks. Word from Grindania. The Council will shortly reconvene. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the Primal, of course. End of Yashtola's last reports, the cocoon yet hung above the wall, unchanged. Yes, but the Elder Seedseer doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I am told that Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Well then, I suggest we leave the Rising Stones in Tartaru's capable hands and make haste for the Lotus Stand.
Since when has Sid been an expert on primals?
I don't know. I guess they're looking more for, like, primal containment.
Yeah, because that works out well for the Alligans, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, hello. Just a boat rocking in.
Well, it is a pulp.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place. It is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay, Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eh? Yes, you're in Eorzea.
That's so bad.
Ah, a plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
Okay.
Though, 'twould perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order.
You about to pass out?
Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Are you all right?
Yeah, he did. Ah, Urianger.
Not far indeed from home, friend.
Yeah, I was expecting the face plant. Oh. Alright, to Grindania. Yeah, I just realized something. They've given me all of these Aetherite tickets. I'm just gonna blow through all of them within like a week, if that.
You can
Decline
set
it?
No, you can set it so that you only use them when they're over a certain amount.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I really don't care. Because the thing is, I'm not exactly wanting for Gil, really.
Hmm.
Welcome, Warrior of Lights. This way, if you please. Like, I always make sure I've got at least 1 million on hand. So...
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
Okay, but did they shoot it down, or what?
The soldiers
assuming
who
they did.
witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
Okay, no, so it was the cocoon. That's a problem. That's a big problem.
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Nero!
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Sid's lover.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanow since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry. Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity. And as luck would have it, I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame. Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
Ooh, what do I say? He makes a convincing case, no, but I'll keep an eye on him. Thanks for that, Windows. I don't know what you're playing at. I mean, the fact that I'm saying it means I'm actually considering his proposal. God damn it! Ah, like, yeah, it can contain it. And quite literally, I was saying about, well, we need to find a way of actually containing it. Like, not moments before this cutscene took place. But to use Omega? Do we really? Should we really? Like, it could easily blow up in our faces to do so. But there's no better alternative. There's no guarantee that anything I could do, that we as characters, that at this point there is anything that we could do to actually fight, even get close to fight that thing. Because the Bahamut we fought in the coils was nowhere near full strength. If it had fully regained its strength, fully revived, we would not have been able to do anything. He makes a convincing case. I know you don't agree with it, Sid.
Grind my teeth is what he does. But I suppose we don't have much of a choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Cid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Oh, Alisei.
My blade is yours.
Poor
Not
Nero.
a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
That one conversation choice took me far too long to decide what I was going to pick. I realize it has no relevance on the actual story or the outcome of the progression of things, but still.
Want to know what the best part about that conversation choice?
Go on then.
Think about the wording of it and understand that you never actually had a choice.
No, I realized that there was never a choice. Like, turning around and saying, like, do you agree with the decision? It's like, no, but I keep an eye on him. It's like, that wording of it is basically like, no, I don't think this is a good idea, but we don't have a choice.
We're going ahead with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, quite literally, all of that response served for was whatever follow-up Cid was going to say.
Pretty much, yeah.
And, like, I'm gonna be honest, like, he made a very convincing argument because I was literally making the same argument not moments before.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, think about the ultimate weapon.
yeah.
Now, did that work without a pilot? Or did somebody have to get in it?
Someone was inside of it, but that does not necessarily mean that someone... That it... Was someone inside of it when it was demonstrating a fraction of its power, or does it not count? Does it have some automaty, or like with an onboard AI, that has limited functionalities that you wouldn't be able to see it at its full power unless there was a human or a manned pilot inside?
Okay, so think about the Allegan technology that you've come across so far?
Well,
how
a lot
much
of
of how much of that do you think had a AI?
I think like the containment facilities that the Hummer was held in, that the Triad were held in, well, had AI functionalities to keep them maintained for as long as they have. The initial containment of them probably required Allegian input.
Okay. There is a difference between a programmed computer with a vocal interactive interface
True.
and a truly adaptive AI.
True.
So the little control spheres, the central computer of Azizlar, those
Yes.
things were running programs.
Yes. We haven't seen, like, true AI.
So
That's what I mean, like, when... I don't know whether... Because, I mean, it looked more like when they were doing the... When they first, like, obviously dropped the Ultima weapon.
Yeah.
And we were seeing them kill the primals off.
Mhm.
It looked more like they were using a remote control.
Or there
To do
could have
it.
been somebody other than Gaius.
I very much doubt Gaius would let anyone but himself pilot that thing.
No? You don't think he would have maybe let Livia have a little spin?
No. He wouldn't let Livia have a little spin on him. He's not going to let her run around in the Ultima weapon. Nero might have gotten away with it because he was tinkering with it and bringing it back to operational capacity, but I think he would have been very wary of angering Gaius.
Yeah, look, all I'm saying is there's a lot to take into consideration
Yes.
as to what the ultimate weapon is and what Omega is.
I
And,
imagine that they are two completely separate things.
they are
They're-
completely
they-
separate things.
Like, what? Yeah, no, I know they're completely separate, but I mean, they're a purpose completely separate. Because the
Really
Ultima
speak
weapon.
on that.
No, I know. I mean, because you know. My
Yeah.
point being that the Ultima weapon was more for killing the primals that were being summoned, and essentially absorbing and using the power from them.
Mm.
Well, from what Nero has just dropped there, the Omega weapon is used as a containment protocol. If the Omega weapon was what was used to contain Bahamut in Dalamund, then that's something completely separate because they purposely kept him alive. They purposely kept Bahamut alive within its containment. That's not what they done. That's not what the Ultima weapon was doing. Or it was to a lesser extent, but was doing it within itself.
Mm. Well, I won't derail this any further.
No, that's fair.
You can
We got
go
enough cork
through
boarding anyway. Well, that was a rather unexpected development. and one which raises a number of questions. Not at least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Oh, I got a question mark gift. Okay. I don't like this. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alice is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Can I just teleport there, or do I have to go through the inn? I can just teleport there. Is there anyone else in here who I can talk to? No, not yet. Where is everyone? Ilya, Alphino, ready to go? The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of that man poking about in the workings of the airship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphino. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are... Ah, well, here they are now. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall we set course for Cartano? Ah, might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observation ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain a clear understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh, I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. All right. While Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona, and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Yoshtola and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Ilya, pray accompany Alice back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guests. Right. Everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. We're traveling with Master Garland, miss. The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. What manner of airship has no private cabins? Then again, I suppose Garland had to find somewhere to stow his half-baked inventions. Do not care for that man. Strange though it may seem, Nero's former loyalties do not trouble me, but I can see why people are loath to lower their guard around him. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones then? You know what, something I should probably do is, while the event's going on, the support your streamer event, mount guide, let's put this in place of that now. I should use it so people can see it. Everyone just looking at him while he just stands off at the bar, okay. I know Nero's a guest here, but we don't exactly have the happiest history of the Empire, do we? So my question to you is, do I offer him tea? Yes, Tartaru. Fear not, I shall keep a close eye on our new ally.
I wouldn't offer him tea.
Hmm?
I wouldn't offer him tea.
One was created to capture Bahamut, and the other to surpass him. Which will prove the stronger, I wonder? We must be careful, old friend. The walking weapons of a leg were expressly designed to subdue primals, but men like Gaius will always seek to use them against mankind. It falls to us to ensure that Omega weapon is never deployed as a weapon of war. In the wrong hands, it would be bad. It would be bad.
No, go around dispensing fuzzy wuzzy huggles.
Indeed. Ori Boulder and his companions left to continue reconnaissance on the beast tribes. They were adamant about shouldering what burden they could while the senior Scions were occupied with this cocoon emergency. The determination upon their faces. There is nothing more blinding than youth burning with purpose.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in magitech innovation.
I don't think it is, Tartaru.
Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
There's definitely more.
Your leave.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Good God, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Uh-oh.
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gozetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire?
That perked him up.
You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oathbound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Hey, we got a new companion. Let's go, Gosetsu. Ilya, wait, can I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we ambushed you? Big man, wonder how big his PP is. Hi, Gray. Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making your traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try on right now, if you like.
Only thing I'm going to say is, unlike the Ura, Rogadin women are proportional to their men.
Oh, so there was a Rogadin model.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if he was meant to be a Rogadin.
Yeah, no, he's a Rogadin.
Or if he was meant to be a human and they just used a Rogadin model and essentially repurposed the model for it, but
it is confirmed a little later on.
All right.
But yeah, he is a Rogadin.
Fair enough. Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? Like I said, I really should have just completely screwed over all of these measurements and used the Fantasia. It's like, how did you get my new measurements? I changed.
There should really be an option to turn around and say to Tattoo, actually, thongs are a little bit tight, it's riding up my arse.
But we don't need to change it, it's fine. You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a bloody pearl charm to, you know, bring you home. May it always protect you. Oh, is that why the thing was in a question mark gift box?
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain this was on my list of things that I wanted for my armory chest.
Possibly.
Yep. Shin, stop being first. It's not good to finish first all the time.
I only go first when it suits me. And annoying people suits me.
Yeah. All the time. Just the 2 unexpected guests then. Still, I suspect that each will prove useful in his own way. How dare he mock the Scions like that? If I ever had to sew a set of traveling clothes for him, I might just forget to take out the pins.
Nero may enjoy that.
True. My blade shall carve a path through the Empire's ranks like a scythe fells stalks of wheat.
Oh, Reaper job hint.
Never did I think to hear Gosetsu's voice echo through these halls. Truly, I had no idea Domans could be so loud. He and Yugiri could hardly be more different.
I'm pretty sure they were channeling Brian Blessed when they created that character.
To be honest, I would have absolutely loved... I know that they probably would not have had the budget for it. I would absolutely have loved to have Gosetsu voiced by Brian Blessed.
It would certainly work.
It really would. Oh, I think he's going to fit right in.
He's just trying to make Nero jealous.
Yeah. The Mark 14 Thermocoil Boilmaster? Dear me. How risible must the previous 13's iteration have been? I could design a more efficient water heater in the time it took that ill-conceived lump to become lukewarm. Penis dance is what working? Oh, hey, Taddy. Not the pee-pee, so rah-rah pee-pee not working. No, Tatty, that's yours. Or if you find me healed. Okay, another new face? My PP is okay now, Lamau. What happened to Tatty Peep? I'll let Tatty explain. I probably will not read it out on stream, though. lie free, my pretty. So, we have to wake Omega up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... Yes, I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well. I shall remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphino, mayhaps you could return to Grindana and assist Jushtola and Creel? A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartonu Expedition Party. Nira and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Ilya, Yida, and our Doman friends can take care of security. The Excelsior is just by the lake, just outside of town. We'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. I was meant to... Oh, Tati, something that may interest you. Seeing as you're here and you play the game, there is a amount that is available at the moment. There is a support the streamer campaign going on for the game. If you gift 3 subs, you get 50 Aetheryte tickets, so you can teleport for free. But you also get this mount. Which, whenever you move, you lift the head up so you can see. It's pretty fun. Yeah, just 3 subs to a streamer that you want to support, and that's part of the campaign that's playing Final Fantasy, and you can get the code for it. Why does no one listen when they're told foreplay is important? Also, and I don't know if I told Keronzi this at the time of passing a kidney stone a couple of days after course. No, that you told me that as well, Tati. You told me that as well. I think I laughed at your I can't remember whether I laughed or was like, or like winced at your misfortune. Oh, you laughed. I mean, I did. Yeah, I figured. I can laugh at it now. Oh yeah, I imagine it did hurt like hell. Shin, can you remember when that campaign is ending? Is it the 31st?
It is the 31st.
Yeah, so you have until the 31st of December, Tati, to redeem it. For the record, that was foreplay. That was not foreplay, that was just me having some alert. I should get it when I get paid. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Shin, I assume again it has to be while the individual in question is in the category, right? I mean,
my understanding, I don't really know how Twitch rewards works.
Yeah.
But my understanding is yes, that
Yeah.
the streamer has to be actively streaming.
Yeah. But Tati, when isn't Xmas expensive, mate? much.
You have to seduce yourself, Tatty.
Yeah.
You know, turn the lights down, some soft music,
Get the candles
Sexy.
going.
sexy lingerie.
Gosetsu is an accomplished swordsman. Should it come to battle, he will prove a staunch ally. Would that I could say the same for Nero. Gosetsu does not look fond of getting on an airship. Will this contraption truly bear us through the skies? Soon, Omega, soon. I will see you rise again. I was a bit lost for a while back there, but I'll be fine. Trust me. Well, I get the feeling that Yida isn't who she says she is. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartonu before Gosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on guard. Given that Elaine Relay was still active while Omega was discovered, we can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence. And if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it is not impossible that Garlemald might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. Throw Shin out a window?
I don't know why I'm being thrown out of a window.
No, I don't know either. I mean, it's perfectly reasonable precautions or measures.
Now, where was that? Ah. I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it?
Is that Nero's hammer he's got on his back? That's Nero's hammer, and that's, who was the first general we beat? That's his shield.
It's like all my name days have come at once.
Oh no, it's not Nero's hammer.
Scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
Oh, bye, Nero.
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu, samurai of Doma. You will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Bum, ba, ba, bo. Bonk.
No retreat. No surrender.
I have you.
Your defense is lacking.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
You watching, Pabalino?
Leave this to me.
Oh, how many things people spawned?
Tis my right to strike. Soul and steel.
This won't sting.
Surrender! We have you outnumbered. Do you think that matters? Wouldn't be the first time. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Well, behold the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. What the? No one told me you'd have Magitech armor. Forward for the Empire! While he runs away. The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men? I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. You go get them, Gosetsu. And I get 4 moves?
You watching, Pabalino?
Leave this to me.
Look upon a samurai of Doma.
Oh, hello. Where'd you come from?
No retreat. No surrender.
Soul and steel.
Your defense is lacking.
You guys really think that you're going to stand anything against this? Alright. Oh, well, they had enough. You can't just run up. Ooh. Please. Please.
It's all over now. No retreat. No surrender.
Over here. Oh, another fireball. And away he ran.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
You were told not to activate it.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess, we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
I don't really say, well, is there any other way? Having her opinion is probably a good thing, but that also sounds just very accusatory.
What do I think? All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Don't, no, because it's the freaking council needs to give the okay.
Yes, that's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
No, oh my god. Well, everyone here is ignoring the council. Like, the four of us were there, in that meeting.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do. The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
Don't remember a meeting. Nope. Oh, it senses the threat to itself. I'm ahead of an explosion. What the hell did he summon? Alright, that's not going to be good for the environment at all. Just casually just creating water. Okay. Is that a Bahamut variant? It doesn't look like a Bahamut variant that I've seen. Oops. Well, Omega, you're gonna do something. It's now. Flashbang! Holy hell! That's a lot of damage! The council is going to be pissed! be honest, the Garleans are probably going to be pissed as well. Survived? Oh, they survived, I should say.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Grindani doesn't exist. We quite literally just destroyed it, because, I mean, Belsar's wall is right nearby. Feeling better, Yida? Oh.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
What know the beast? Yeah, no, it's fine, Gray. Anything I say and do are my own musings, and it's all good. Okay, that gives new credence as to what the Scions' tattoo represents. So I always thought they were just there that they got them. We'll get there maybe before 2035. Fuck off, shit.
Make me.
Alright, let's get the banhammer out for the server. I am confused then as to what on earth the Scions or the Charlayan tattoos even represent now. A bond between friends or something, or companions? Going by what she indicated and what she was just saying there, that Papalymo's death is the reason why her Charlayan tattoo disappeared. I'm not always good at placing my knowledge in the timeline of where you are. No, that's understandable, Ray. That's fine.
Yeah, that's why I was just kind of being like, whoop, whoop, nope, don't say any more, Gray. Don't say any more. And Ronzi?
Yes?
Those tattoos are explained, but you're going to have to work through to get to it.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, all I'm doing now is just putting my thoughts to video. I was gonna say thoughts to paper, but it's not. This isn't exactly paper. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Go find Urianger for me. Or drunk Thancred. I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. Well, look, the Council is going to be absolutely pissed at us.
The Council were in Gridania.
Yeah, Grindania doesn't exist anymore. It got flooded.
Ergo, no council. Win-win.
Oh. Alphino's going to be pissed at us. So, I mean,
Unless he went to Gridania.
Well, I mean, apparently we're in Grindania and it's fine. For now.
Doggy, maybe.
Yeah. I'm curious. I mean, we'll probably learn anyway. But it's like, was the primal responding to the threat that... It was quite obviously, whatever was inside of there was aware of everything around, which is why it shot down the Imperial ship. So did it respond to the threat Omega posed it? Or was its binding already loosening anyway and it would have broken free regardless of Yida activating Omega? Interesting. I don't know, we'll probably find out in a moment, but... Jin, at this point in Rara game, how many years has it been since the start of the game? It's only been 6 months. Ish. 7, maybe 8.
In terms of the world of Eorzea, like maybe 20 minutes.
Maybe 20 minutes?
No, it's a couple of months.
Oh, what, actual, like, in-game time-wise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine things probably would be within that kind of time frame. I'm serious, damn it. I came as soon as as soon as I had the Excelsior being spotted on its approach. One moment, everything was functioning perfectly. And the next, it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. Got the shit kicked out of us, Sid. Alvino look... Ooh! Hey! New actions! Free Company is now ranked 12. Alphino looks like he has news for us. I almost dread to ask. The far edge of... Oh, the far edge of fate. This is where we can do this mission, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Alphino has the look of a man with much to say. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have seen it. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Yida, wait! We must first... the Elder Seedseer is expecting us. Worry not, Alphino. Gosetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yugiri. The council reconvened a short while ago, and let us make haste for the Lotus stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. Do they really do we really want to? Because I mean, I technically spurred Yida on to do this.
I don't think you have a choice.
There were 4 of us there that were in the council meeting that could have stopped her.
3.
4.
Oh yeah, Yugiri was there.
Yugiri was there, yeah. So the twins are still 16. I gotta sit and twiddle my thumbs. I hated learning the information. Fair enough, Gray, fair enough. The LCC awaits within.
I will also say, even at the current content, I think the twins are still not older than 17. I haven't seen them celebrate a birthday. Or any mention of them getting a year older.
Had I not instructed you to throw Nidhogg's accursed eyes into the abyss, all this might have been avoided. I thought them beyond reach. No, this would not have been avoided because they would have got them any other way. Another calamity averted, eh? How many times now have you and yours hauled us back from the brink? Would seem Garland's little friend was good as his word. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. You indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega, aye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Gar Albania. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and hope never to see again. The battle raged with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Almegan's soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eyes it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's forms, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Gar Albanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Turpin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Grandania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned.
I shall be back in a moment, Ronzi.
Alright. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flash of light coincided with the loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis system, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would have taken them decades to decipher. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. Such assurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Gar Albania. Though Ilberd has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation, and by working in concert, it is not impossible that the Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlameld's grasp. This operation to the wall... this operation to take the wall will be Ishgard's first military action under Alliance banners. Though I have no appetite for bloodshed, a part of me is glad of the chance to begin reparations for our past in action. For I accept my humblest and most earnest thanks once again, Warrior of Light. Had Shinryu been suffered to roam free, the Twelve's Wood would surely have been laid to waste. I go to oversee operations at Belsar's walls. You have done your part. Leave us to handle the initial Imperial reprisal and rest a while you may. When the Primal emerged, I was for an instant transported back to Cartano. To the moment the Black Worm made the eighth hell of the battlefield. Gladly would I live out the rest of my days without seeing such a sight again. If, as seems likely, we put Omega into stasis after, what did they call it? Ah, yes, after Shinryu was defeated, we should have little fear from either of them. I should very much like to see this Shinryu creature myself. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might make a small detour. Yoshtola and the others have gathered at Amarasic's fire, and I imagine that you, too, would be interested to see what has become of the wall now the cocoon is gone. It is decided, then. Lead on. You say lead on, you walk off first! Oh my god. Tatty is off to bed, starting not to feel too good. Hey, no, fair enough, Tatty. You go and get some rest. I was gonna see if you wanted to possibly do some Final Fantasy yourself, but if you're not feeling well, go and get some rest, man. The 70 is better than fucking 16. True. Why do they make them that young? Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. True, depends on the age of consent. Alpha Node is so small. He is small.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome back.
Thanks.
It's not Central Shroud, is it? No, it's East Shroud. Oh, there isn't one in East Shroud. Fuck it, I'm just teleporting to East Shroud then. Standing next to the two men who are even taller than Sid, as well as the big captain lady, makes him look like a little shrimp. Shrimpano. That's his new name, Shrimpano. Joy, it's a shrimpy. Yeah, you're up there. They're down here. Oh, there's a Yeeter up here. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look any different, but, you know. You know what I got. Whee! Come here, little shrimp. I'll put you on my shoulder. I love that bird. Oh, the phoenix. Yep. Time to flashbang. No trace of the cocoon remains. 'Tis as if it never existed. Thank the 12. After witnessing Omega's single-minded onslaught, I had visions of you being trapped between it and its target. Hardly the most rational concern I conceive, but if you had seen what I saw... Really, this... Who is making so much noise? You're making all that noise. Ugh. I don't want the noise. But when I did your Final Fantasy XIV thumbnail, I went through the most difficult mounts to put on there, and to put on there with Ilya and Cash Money. Yeah, no, that's fair. Thank you. I like the music, but it's overpowering. I had to go back.
Do you see Yagiri?
Yeah, I do see Yagiri.
Yeah.
I was going to talk to them. Yida is there, but atop the spire. She's done naught but gaze silently at the wall for some time now. Only the curs of Garlemald would sully such beauty with that black iron monstrosity. Those animals respect nothing and no one.
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She's up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhaps she would welcome some company after all. Shall we? The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time. Ida, there is no need to explain. But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask.
Oh.
20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old.
Oh, that explains the comment then.
My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the mad king, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too. And I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know. Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
I'm gonna ask.
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
Hell yeah.
War is upon us once more.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
It was brave of Lys. I don't say it's Lys, right? You've muted yourself, that's fair. It was brave of Lys to remove her mask for so long. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papaimo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. Yes! Oops, yes. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let's return to the Rising Stones. We have quite the story to tell Tartar and my sister. Oh! Oh! And that is the end of Heaven's Ward. 4.
So, yeah. That was the final mission, the final quest in Heaven's Ward.
Yeah.
I'm going to suggest you do the first mission of Stormblood because it unlocks an Aetheryte.
Yeah, and that's where... Well, I believe that's probably where...
That's where I asked Mox to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the name of the quest to stop at because it... Why is that not coming up? It uses Lisa's name.
Okay.
Yeah, Lisa takes the lead. So I couldn't really tell you, oh yeah, stop at Lisa takes the lead, because you'll be like, well, who's Lisa? And then it's like, well, oops, shit.
Yeah. That's fair. What was I... So from how Gosetsu was talking, it sounded a lot like he was saying, okay, you've fulfilled your obligations. Right, we're going home now. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Because that's not technically to... no, well, that is to the east, isn't it? Actually, going across the wall. He's meaning go further than where they're wanting to go.
So... I don't know how much of your world map you can see.
I think we can see all of it, but the Dawn Trail stuff. I think maybe because essentially the Gar Albania is on the other side of the wall, and then Cartanu is like in between there and the Domar, right?
No.
Oh. I know Cartanu is on that side of the wall, right?
No.
Oh, it's not. Is it to the north?
Cartano is closer to Mordona.
Right, okay.
So... There is...
Alright, I'm actually... Hang on, let me just... Can I can skip this, right?
Yeah.
How do I skip this? I'm skipping that because I have a feeling that's probably copyrighted music.
Probably.
I don't think I was going to miss any cutscenes or anything, right?
No.
I mean, I appreciate all of the work that the people that have worked on this game have done, but that there is likely copyrighted music that I don't want to I don't want striking the mod. Sorry, YouTube.
Nah, YouTube should be apologizing to the content creators.
Should they? I don't think so.
Well, I don't think it's fair that a company will allow its licensed music to be in a game and played by all and sundry, but if anybody dare stream it, they, go bonkers and start throwing claims out left, right, and center.
Oh, okay. So you mean YouTube as a corporation?
Hmm.
Okay, I thought you were meaning the viewers on YouTube.
No.
That's who I was apologizing to. I wasn't apologizing to YouTube, the corporation.
All right.
YouTube, the corporation, can suck my balls.
Well, if you were a large corporation yourself, they would.
Yeah, probably. Right, anyway, you were saying. Sorry.
What was I saying?
I don't know, I can't remember.
Geography.
Yes, I can look at the
so
map. I can look at the map now.
Giralbania.
Can I look at the map? How do I go back? How do I go up a level? There we go.
Yeah. And you go up a level again. Right.
No, I'm at the top level, but yes.
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah, so there's Girabania, there's the Black Shroud. Cartano is what? Is then around here, I'm assuming then?
No, more kind of... Look down to the little horn. Yeah. I would say it's more that kind of area. It's never really made that clear exactly where on these maps.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so you got Girabania over to the east.
Yep.
Then you have clouds.
That's, I'm assuming, is like the Sea of Clouds, essentially.
No.
No?
No, the Sea of Clouds are next to Coerthus, which is in the opposite direction.
Okay, but that is clearly Bismarck.
Yeah, but then you've also got dragons and krakens all over the places on the maps, which is just...
All right, fair. Fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah. And then up... But all of that bogged out area...
Yeah.
...is effectively unknown lands to you.
Right, okay.
Lands that you don't really know anything about or know anybody from.
Yeah.
Right. But then if you keep going east...
Yeah. There's Othard
That...
and Hinagashi.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hinagashi is essentially Domar, right?
Yeah, so in real world terms...
It's looking actually like all of this here is Domar.
That is Othard, which is basically Fantasy Japan.
Yeah.
And and then the area to the left of the island, the large island,
Yeah.
is the area that contains the nation of Doma.
Okay.
All right, but there's a few other things in that area.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna give you a little bit of future knowledge, just to help make some things that are gonna come up or have come up a little more apparent.
Okay.
That island.
This one that I was just circling.
Yeah, the one you were on.
That's Rada's harm. That's where the Charlayans retreated to.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
That is Thavnir. All right, so you're going to see a lot of reference.
I can kind of see Thavnir, but I can also see there that it says Rata's harm.
Yes.
So
Radz-at-Han is...
We have encountered a few people from Radz-at-Han.
Yes. And you'll have lots of references to Thavnirian or Hanish.
Yeah.
So that's where all that's coming from. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you go back up to the top left of the map,
yep. This place.
The left. Yeah. There we go. That island up there is the island of Charlayan, or Old Charlayan, as it's called.
Okay.
Now, if you zoom the map out, there is a deliberate correspondence to our world.
Yeah, this is essentially Europe and Asia.
Yes.
And the reason why they were referring to the continent that you go to in Dawn Trail as the New Land or the New World is what we essentially referred to as the Americas.
Yes. So yeah, you can basically see why can't I remember names of anything right now?
Dunno.
Lanosia.
Yeah.
Limsa. The nation of Limsa is separated, but it's kind of France, Spain.
Yeah.
Equivalent.
Yeah.
The Coerthus, the Ishgardian area, is probably more aligned with places like Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany.
I was going to say something like Italy.
I
mean, I'm basing that purely on its the theocracy side of things.
Yes,
the Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah, so it's more kind of that sort of part of Europe.
Yeah, I would probably say like the Dravania, and Old Charlayan and stuff like that is probably is like England, Finland, and that kind of stuff probably.
Old Charlayan, I personally always equate with England.
Right, yeah.
I can't really go in the way without spoilers.
Nope, that is perfectly fine.
But yeah. So Gear Albania, to me is kind of Middle East.
Yeah. I would have put Middle East on it because Thanalan, I would probably say is probably Africa nations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Given its geographic location, if there is a relevance to real geography.
Yeah. Whereas the Black Shroud is also more kind of traditional European, maybe more down towards the former Eastern bloc of Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that then basically makes the big unexplored area Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and over on the east, you've got the mainland, which roughly corresponds to nations you will find in the mainland part of Asia.
Yeah.
Othard is, like I said, it's fantasy Japan.
Yeah.
And Thavnir.
Thavnir, Australia.
No.
The only other place could probably be India.
Yeah.
So we haven't gone to Fantasy Australia yet.
We do know of it, and I'm going to apologize if this is a bit of a spoiler, but I'm pretty sure it's been brought up. The continent is known as Mericidia.
The name rings a bell. I think it has been mentioned.
Yeah. I think because that's where the dragons settled.
Yes.
And Bahamut was there. And that's
because the Allegians basically ran them out, right?
They attacked them.
Yeah.
And they were fighting against them.
And then they ended up in Dravania. Or a faction of dragons ended up in Dravania.
No, there was a faction of dragons in Dravania already.
Fair enough. But they attacked the Mericidia ones.
Yeah.
Because there were a couple of things from Mericidia that we've encountered, right? Like, aren't the Snack people Mericidians?
No.
I'm fairly certain there's been something that we've encountered that have had major cutscenes that have been Mericidian.
In the coils, the dragons that were in suspended animation stuck worshipping Bahamut, the summoned Bahamut, I believe were noted to be from Mericidia.
Why do I think that there was something to do with a tree?
Oh, yeah, also, yeah, the Warring Triad.
Yeah, they were all Mericidian.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because it came up. I'm fairly certain it's been very recent. It was definitely. I don't recall it being as far back as. I mean, obviously, you were saying the ones the Worshiping Bahamut were Mericidian, but yeah, no, I. Oh, hello. You're back behind the bar. It's been a while since we've seen you. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Isander's back. Hell yeah. Just watch your back, all right? You're getting too old. Oh.
Go on, go have a chat with him.
I was actually going to ask when... Oh, Royale is back as well. I was going to ask, when should I go and watch the trailer? Should I do it after I've done this cutscene, or should I watch it now?
Do it after this completion.
All right, okay. You should still be at bed. Back in the Far East, we treat back pain with a long soak in a hot spring. What say you to a short journey, Ilsunda? I am told the waters at Camp Bronze Lake are famous for their healing properties. Oh dear. We're staying away.
Oil me up, woman.
At last I was able to raise from my sickbed, with the pain when I tried to take up my axe. Ugh, what a sad old man I've become. Did you know about Lise? Like, oh, Lise? Lease?
Lease, as in a new lease of life.
I was gonna say Lisa, but without the A. Lease. I had no idea. We only met after the calamity, and her sister must have already been... well, you know. Things are heating up in Alamigo, but we can't afford to lose track of the trouble what might be brewing in the rest of the realm. Don't you worry though, I'll be keeping ear to ground and me nose to the air and me one eye on the horizon.
That's got to be an awkward position to attempt.
Yeah, I mean, if he can pull it off, I do not want to play him in Twister.
Speak to the barmaid.
I was getting there, but okay.
Do it. Do it.
Effermain. Lady Falmine, I sent her outside to enjoy a quiet cup of tea. Much has happened these past moons, and we can all use a rest every now and again. Oh dear, what on earth is going on? Though it might be simpler to surrender to despair, we have chosen to resume my studies of the arcane. I received much wisdom from Papaimo, and I would put his advice into practice. My sister has the most curious ideas about courtship. A fine showing, brother! But you have yet to outpace Ainur. I made a fool of myself on our last mission, but I will show him what I'm made of. Come now, Hori. Is that the best you've got?
This is just practice for her.
Yeah. Should the Archons be called away to Garabania, it will fall to us to deal with the Scion's usual obligations, and thus we must remain in peak condition. You should have seen the look on Tartaru's face when I recounted Lisa's... I realize in retrospect, I should perhaps have waited for you to return. I also told Alice. Apologies. He may have mentioned, but Alphino has appraised me of all that came to pass in Grindania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lise has chosen her paths. And as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Gar Albania, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom, but indolence. Correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Almegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire. As, I rather suspect, do you. the Alliance. Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses and we must be ready to face their retribution. Alright, so does the blue now represent... Ishgard? It is almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of a ball of against the charge of the ball of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Very well, Ilbred. I will take back our I will take our homeland back. For the both of us. The Emperor looks bored. My Lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Belsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? That's not the Emperor, then. Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend... Your will be done! He didn't say a word. Unknown? My spies tell me that the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved to a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to the eastern skies and behold with a crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood. Five more, 5 minutes of fate, okay. I thought I said 5 more minutes. All right.
So, now would be the good time.
Okay.
Log out.
Oh, new thing. Okay, interesting. What do we have here?
So this is the Stormblood titles. Interesting that they've defaulted to that at this point.
Well, no. So, where is it? I have it. Theme, no, not theme settings. Here it is. So under more other settings, there is. I know that you're obviously a few seconds behind, but still, there's a settings as title screen settings, and it's title screen to play displayed at launch, and main scenario progress is what mine is selected as.
I didn't know that was a setting.
This was recently added in. It was added in as of 5 point. Oh, what are we on? Are we on patch 5 or
7.
patch 7? I think it was added as patch 7.0.5.
Right.
It was that or patch I don't think it was patch 1. I think it was before patch 1. But after the release of this one, yeah, I noticed that it was starting to launch up Heavensward. I'm like, why is this? So I looked through the settings and I found this. So you can quite literally set it to any particular one or to match your scenario progression. Which I think is a very nice touch, and it's taken them this long to implement it.
Yeah.
Oh, just having a look at what we've got here. Oh, there's a lot of war going on. This looks like a frickin' guts. Don't know who that is. But that there reminds me that there's Screaming Lise.
Which one?
The woman at the front.
Right.
Is Screaming Lise like leading the rebellion or something? Interesting. Anyway, the reason why we're here is for this Stormblood demo and title.
I'm gonna
mute.
Put myself on deafen so I can refresh myself on the.
I already like the music. Like that touch. Okay, they're both meant to be monk. Ooh, looks like... Okay, that's the seat of the Empire, and that's going to play somewhere else. Okay, was not expecting that. What would you push him out the way for? Did you really need to make that much of a mess? Apparently so. Hell yeah.
Right. Thoughts?
So I liked the some of the touches is obviously there's a panning up the statue with the square written into it. I was confused. The woman in red, I thought they were trying to say was Dancer, and I'm like, wait a minute, Dancer wasn't introduced in this expansion.
No.
Then when she started fighting, I'm like, oh no, it's another monk. So they were giving monk a the forefront.
So every expansion has its poster job.
Yeah.
Stormblood has 2.
Again.
No.
Well,
'Cause
the last
a
one
realm-
had. Realm
No.
Reborn didn't really have one. Heaven's Ward
Yes,
had.
it did. Bear in mind, there is a character that is the stand-in for your Warrior of Light.
Yeah.
In Realm Reborn, he was the warrior.
Okay.
In Heaven's Ward, you see him start off as the warrior,
Right.
and at the end of it, he changes to Dragoon.
Yes.
In Stormblood, he's both the male monk.
Oh, so
sparring with Lys.
that was him.
Yep.
Oh, that was
But he's-
Lys.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's also the samurai.
The samurai. Yeah. I mean, he looks different. He's not. He's a more clean shaven than I was expecting to see in him.
His appearance changes a little with
Every-
each
Okay.
expansion.
Okay, fair enough.
A lot of it is wear and tear.
Right. But I mean, so the choreography for the fight or the monk fighting was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. I like the looks of the area that we were getting into with that. It didn't really give too much away in what we can expect. Then the pan across the continent, where it kind of gave a focus on the citadel. That is, from what I'm probably guessing, is probably the seats of the Garlean Empire. It had the same flag that we saw in the end cutscene just now.
Yep.
Where the Viceroy was sitting, it had the same flag and icons and everything. So that's my assumption, would be that is the seats of power where the Emperor is sitting. Where we may end up going to. They wouldn't tease that if we weren't potentially going there, or at least we're going to wherever that is. Whether that is the actual seats of power of the Emperor, I don't know. I was not expecting the city of Atlantis.
Think,
that
think of folklore of the Japanese and Chinese area regarding undersea cities. How well do you know your Asian folklore?
Not as well as I should know.
Okay, so there was an old tale of a fisherman who rescued a beautiful woman on a beach. To thank him, she summoned forth a magical giant turtle and took him to her kingdom where she was the princess. And he lived down there for, I can't remember the exact period, but it was a short period. It was like a year or two.
Right.
And then he grew homesick, and she allowed him to return home, but on the surface, hundreds of years had passed.
Okay.
So the general consensus is that what you saw there, I believe in some of the descriptions in the folklore tale describes it as like a city in a glass bubble. So it's meant to be a reference to that folklore tale.
Okay.
But yeah, most people were not expecting to see something like that.
Yeah. And then the Warrior of Light just causing untold amount of destructions in in Doma.
Othard.
Well, that wasn't Othard. That was Hisagune, wasn't it? Because
yeah,
it showed Othard. It showed this area, but then it brushed away this small island, and it zoomed in here. It was in Hingashi, I believe, is where that was. But interesting.
Yeah. I think, no, wait, I'm getting myself confused, I think. That little island is meant to be Japan.
Yeah. I think Othard is
and
meant to be the continental Asia.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, then it's Hingashi. Let me check my teleport list, because that tells me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'm gonna pick up the next quests and get that going.
Yeah.
If all proceeds to plan, we shouldn't be receiving word of the Alliance forces have secured Belsar's Wall. Until then, however, we can but ensure that we are ready to move the moment we hear the news. No one else should have changed their voice lines, I don't think.
They might have.
No, they haven't, amongst the things.
No, okay.
Let's check. Yeah, no. Raoul is still showing his superiority in Twister, and these guys are still doing their squat
contest. Which, considering that it's when we're talking about release, this mission, it would have been, I think, 2 or 3 months at least, if not a little longer, between the final patch of Heavensward and the release of the Stormblood expansion.
Yes.
So those guys have been doing squats continuously.
For like 2 months.
3 months or longer.
Yeah. Alright, beyond the Great Wall. Alphino is a man with a great deal on his mind. Oh, wow, that is 10,000. That's 100,000 experience. It's not even going to take a dent in this, but...
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The shadows on Alphino's face looks like his entire upper face is bruised.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, Lys's, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
As if you have to ask.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well.
Why don't we all just go?
I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things.
Yep. Thancred?
I trust you have no objections?
Nope, no Urianger.
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Ooh, new quests. Sounds. Oh, Gosetsu and Yugiri are still here. I thought they'd already gone. You remember Manago, don't you? The messenger who brought word of the Griffin's attack on Belsar's wall? Well, she left not long ago, having made a full recovery. If you see her in Gar Abania, be sure to send my love. So, it's finally happening. Don't tell anyone, but I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Only a bit, mind. I'll be fine once we get going. Hopefully. Were I 10 years younger, nay, 5, I would not hesitate to join Lady Yagiri and Lord Gosetsu in their fight for freedom. What shall become of our homeland? I know not what to think of this endeavor. I'll speak to Gosetsu and Yugiri last, I think. Even Tartaru has her limits, so I have taken it upon myself to assist her in managing communications with various organizations and our members in the field. Riol and the others are counting on us for our support, after all. Minfilia would have given anything for a chance to liberate her homeland. Were she still with us, I know she'd be the one leading the way.
Not with her combat skills.
Yeah. In our absence, Urionji and Thancred will handle administrative affairs. Continue to coordinate your operations with Alian and the others, and report to them directly should you receive word of primal activity. Aye, aye, Captain. You can count on us. There's no going back once we cross this bridge. You're the gods, and the gods only know what awaits us on the other side. Sister, please, you never know who might be listening, and more importantly, we have our own mission to attend to. And if you're too busy thinking such thoughts, you're liable to get us both killed. Even as bit players, they show such passion. Such fervor. Oh, what I wouldn't give to be a bit player too. Or better yet, play with their... Well said, Hori. Every man to his purpose. We must not doubt ours. Spirits, Coltonet, spirits! Even if we are naught more than bit players in their tale, we must do our utmost to support the senior scions, and Ilya most of all. Happily Emo's absence will be keenly felt for some time. Would that we had the strength to aid the others in his stead. Oh dear.
I do like the fact that Hori Boulder is kind of aware of the fact that he's a background NPC.
Yes! The fact that he's got that awareness is pretty funny.
Makes me a little worried that he might be some kind of eminence.
Just in shadow by any chance.
Possibly.
You know, I think I really would actually like if further down in the story, don't ruin it if this has already happened or anything, but he does become a more active member and a more senior member of the Scions. I think that would actually be really cool. With the amount of growth and backstory they're putting into this. To keeping as a background character would be criminal, I think.
He's already had his 5 minutes of fame.
That doesn't mean he won't get any more.
I'm not sure they could put into a PG-13 game the storyline that he seems to be headed down. or his little group.
That's what the Fade to Black screen is for, man. Almost. There is but one thing that remains undone. Are you ready, Shadow Walker? There'll be no turning back once we depart. From the sounds of things, we're going separate ways from Yagiri and Gosetsu.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going back across the sea.
Yeah, they're going back to Domar. While we're going into Argradania for the moment.
Yeah, Albania.
Albania, yeah. Albania. I mixed the two together, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Garmigos.
You sounded like a pirate trying to make some kind of commercial. Argibania.
Argibania.
Is a great grog.
Oh god, now I just think of that freaking meme of a drink that has popped up.
Oh?
I forget what it is. I forget what it's called. Current meme beer. It has a very, like, catchy tune.
I mean, if it's
I forget.
If it's an advert, then I wouldn't have seen it.
It's like a Spanish beer or something like that.
San Miguel?
No, not San Miguel.
Can't think of any other Spanish beers.
I can't remember. I can remember if it was Spanish or like Mexican. I forget what it is. It's annoying me.
The only two brands that I know that are like that are Sol or Corona.
No. It's really bad. I wanted to get it as a sound clip to just spam.
In which case, I'm glad I don't know it.
It's annoying. I'm just gonna sit there like during work tomorrow, just scream the name.
Kind of makes me glad we're not in the same physical location tomorrow.
Ready, my friend?
Yes, Alpha, no.
Well then, Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's Toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
A 1,000 miles apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavours meet with success. Shall we then? Wait. Not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What, now? Alright then, if you insist. Ah, she's getting a new costume.
What, without the ambush and physical assault?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem fair.
Hell yeah. What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose. A outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as the Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tartary. Thank you. I feel like I could take on the Legion. I'm glad you like it. And with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. Then onward to Gar Urbania, and our first stop will be at Amorisic's Spire in the East Shroud. I might actually change costumes to match with Lisa's now.
I think you can actually get that on the mod space.
Yeah, I've been rocking it for a while. It's the top that I use on my Gunbreaker.
Right.
I personally don't like the Sabbatoons, though. That's me personally.
Mm.
Christmas mount. poking my head out of it. This thing is back again? Oh no, it's a different one. Okay. Whatever. I thought it was the same event. Oh, there are people here. Hello. Good evening all. Hello, Halapande. How are we doing? I won't let you down, Papimo. I promise. Happy Emo had to know it would be temporary. If Grandfather couldn't contain Bahamut with the power of 1,000,000 prayers, then what chance did his disciples stand, armed with only a broken staff? Was it always his plan to sacrifice his life to complete the ritual? To bring forth the arbiter of his vengeance, but not remain to see the aftermath? Though it may not be apparent to the naked eye, the Aether here is in turmoil. Not since the calamity has this land been subjugated to forces of that magnitude unleashed by Shinryu and Omega. I'm kind of everything at once. Yourself, that doesn't sound good, Halapande. I'm doing okay though. All things considered, I mean, I've mentioned briefly some of the stuff going on the Discord. So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. The Alliance holds the wall, miss. You may cross at your leisure. All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Gar Albania. Ah, the signs of the seventh dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the ward? Proceed to Castrum Oriens. Thank you very much, Elapanda. I do appreciate that. Hopefully so. I like that map transition that they were doing for that. I guess only going to be for the story things, but you know.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us.
Oh no, it's okay. Why are they still using blue uniform?
Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Blood. Yes, yes.
You just going to ignore me then?
Yes, I am. What are you expecting me to do? Yes, I don't have a fancy glowing sword.
That's a sword.
Okay, I didn't actually... You were, like, in the pose for it, but your character model hadn't changed because my PC decided to freeze.
Interesting. So yeah, this is hand this in and then
And then stop.
Hold.
I'll talk to these guys. Quite an atmosphere here, isn't it? Everyone seems to be on pins and needles, though one can hardly blame them, given recent events. The Alliance has done well to repurpose these Imperial facilities for their own use so quickly. The General's in high spirits, don't you think? I know the feeling. To see the colours of so many nations, Limsalomisa, Grindania, Uldar, and now Ishgard. Well, nigh brings a tear to my eye. We have much to be proud of, Ilya. Oop, no. So, to the east, so this is East End. No different from the rest of the Shroud, is it? Though, truth to be told, not sure why I thought it would be. Ooh. Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Ordian Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Orins.
Ora?
Ora?
Ala.
Thank you, General. We were relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incident. Have the Imperials made any attempts to retake the Castrum since then? None. So a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols, we've barely had any contact with them. But we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Belstar's walls weren't enough, Ilbred summoned a primal right on their doorstep. And Garmeld is not like to let that show of defiance go unanswered. It was a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilbred's to make. And now we are bound by it, for weal or woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Almegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We won't let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave it to you. I'll leave you to it. Godspeed. Ha! Of all the castra in all the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? A certain missing Allegian weapon and Dragonic Primal. Omega and Shinryu, I think the shinobi called it. Anyway, we have been studying their trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere. Which it has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to Earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engaged the stasis system. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming. We should hurry up and find it, regardless. All the more reason to search out the Resistance. If we want to press on into Garabania, we need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. Hey, I leveled up. 61.
Bongo rats.
Congo rats, indeed.
So
and that's where to stop. So,
just behind me,
yep.
What do you see?
What, stuns a lot and people crouching?
Yes, okay. They are there for you, right. Which means those two have been squatting since the release of this expansion.
Never skip leg day.
It's nothing but leg day for them.
Just don't get into an infinite leg day loop.
So, yeah, that's as far as I'm suggesting you progress with Stormblood MSQ, if you wish to work on tidying up things from Heavensward.
Yeah. Before we disappear for the evening,
yes,
would you be able to help me grab any missing unlocked dungeons I didn't get? I think there are a few, maybe.
Then give me a moment.
Mm-hmm. I'm heading back to Mordona quickly, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to pick up the extremes that I didn't pick up. Is it worth me setting the fringes here as a teleport or nay?
No.
Alright.
No, there are two possibilities for here, this
Okay.
expansion.
Ooh, Nidhogg's Rage. Okay. Alright, that there is another minstrel's ballad, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I should pick that up, probably.
Yeah.
I'll grab that in a minute.
Okay. I am going to need a couple of minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, then I've got a list up now.
Okay.
So, yeah, we can go through.
Sure.
Okay, back in a bit.
Yep. Fiendish likeness. Unu Karlhai has a gift for you. I have something for you, Warrior of Light. During our expedition to banish Sephiroth, I came across a certain relic, and I believe it would be best put to use in your hands. It is an Allergian device of the kind used to store information. If this, in this case, the records of the furious conflict that took place on the shores of Mericidia between the Icon Sephiroth and the forces of Alag. Should you present this tomestone to a verification node outside Triad control, the node system will analyze the various aspects of the conflict and create for you a false icon against which you can train. Consider it a sort of mock battle that presumes a Sephiroth who has broken free of his shackles. If I understand its workings correctly, the node should also be capable of manifesting a stronger incarnation of the icon. This would mimic the catastrophic consequences were Sephiroth even to absorb an additional source of energy, say by defeating another member of the Warring Triad. A compelling challenge for the warrior of your abilities, yes? You need not possess Mistress Cryel's knowledge of Allegian technology to begin this particular battle. Simply present the tomestone to the node on the flagship and then follow the orb's instructions. I hope this experience brings you valuable insight, Warrior of Light. I would like you to have this, Warrior of Light. It is an Allergian tomestone similar to the one we recovered after your victory over Sephiroth. The records contained within describe the goddess at the height of her power. It will enable Azazlar's reality augmentation technologies to generate an idealized simulacrum of Sophia against whom to test your skills. From what I have been able to determine, this formed part of a greater trial intended to test Alleg's elite warriors. Quite how it will compare to the challenges presented by the Fiend's tombstone, I cannot say. I suppose there is only one way to be certain. Visit the verification node on Azazlar and witness firsthand what awaited the champions of Eld. While we were examining the controls for the Van Shackles, I found a tombstone that may be of interest to you, Ilya. Would you care to take a look? The information contained within these devices appears to have been used to generate a simulated battle of grueling difficulty. Challengers would be pit against a simulacrum of Zavan, the power of which had been enhanced to the icon's highest conceivable magnitude. It is described as the final trial for the most elite of Alleg's warriors, intended to distinguish the truly exceptional among them. I have witnessed no champion more exceptional than the Warrior of Light. Are you not curious to see just how powerful Zavan may have been? I urge you to visit the verification node and undertake this ultimate test of Allegium Elite. Ails appears relieved by your appearance. Greetings, Ilya. I am ever glad to see you pass through the seventh heaven with purposeful stride, although one of my more persistent patrons will be gladder still. I have been requested to direct you to his presence at your earliest convenience. If you have a moment to spare from saving the realm, pray rescue my establishment from the pietous mewlings of a story-starved minstrel. Ilya! I have subsisted on the scraps of travellers, all but wasting away whilst I awaited the full repast that only you can provide. They say you brought an end to a 1,000-year war, that the great worm Nidhogg shall no more darken the skies of Ishgard. But the dragon's song must have a final verse. I beg you, feed me every morsel. I shall devour every sight, every sound, every blow that you landed upon his scaly hide. What glorious fare! Brother against brother, a fallen companion saved. I am relieved and restored, and my fingers ache to strum the score. Eternal is a dragon's woe, unceasing doth his anguish flow. Yet, for the walls of Ishgard high, gainst blood did Husvelgar ally. Eternal is a dragon's rage, dread Nidhogg's wrath did span an age, yet by his hated brother's eye did light quell shade and vengeance die. What say you? Does your blood not quicken at the tale's retelling? One might accuse the language of being overly flowy, but epic deeds demand epic depictions. Do you not agree? Minstrel's Ballad, Nidhogg's Rage is now available.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Right. No, I can't see your screen at the moment.
Nope, that's fine.
So
go over the list of 60 dungeons that I've got unlocked.
Well, I was going to go through
all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are we starting?
Yeah. So these are the ones for Heaven's Ward.
Okay. I think I've got all of the ones for A Realm Reborn. So that should be fine.
Yeah, we can check that another time.
Yep.
Okay, the Aetherochemical Research Facility.
Yes.
Never reap.
No.
Okay, I'll come back to that then. The Fractal Continuum.
No.
Okay. Thank Mosian's Arboretum.
No.
You are missing a few then.
Yeah.
Pharos Sirius Hard.
No.
The Anti-Tower, you should have.
Yep.
Lost City of Amdapor Hard.
Yes.
You should have. Saw Carl.
Yes. Oh, Saw Carl?
Yeah. Khal.
No, I have Saw Kai. Khai.
Okay, that may just be my eyes being tired.
That's the test that Cross Vega
yeah.
gives us.
Okay. Hullbreaker Isle Hard.
I don't have it unlocked, but I am on the quest for it.
Okay. Zelfatol. I think that's another story mission.
Yep.
Great Goobal Library Hard.
Yes.
Som Al Hard.
Yes.
Okay. That's the entire list.
So one thing I will say is I do have Do It for Gully.
Do It for Gilly.
Do It for Gilly. That's something to do with the Aetherochemical Research Facility.
Yes, you have to finish that in order to unlock the Fractal Continuum.
Okay.
That's the required quest for that. Never Reap. The quest is Reap What You Sow. Right. Okay, you need to teleport to OK Zandu. OK Zandu, sorry.
Oh, I see it. It's over here, yeah. There are 2 quests here.
Yeah, one of them is Society, I think.
I think
Sanu Vanu is the one you need to speak to.
Okay. The great Netherling warrior who chased the clouds from our lands returns, like gentle zephyr winds. Sanu has plea, and hopes Netherling lends an ear. Zandu takes shelter from Vandu storm, by virtue of peace offerings and respect commanded by Zandu chief. Now, though, he rains threats to fall again. The symbol of Chief's power is a great mask he wears, a mask that grows old and worn. A chief who wears shabby mask is a chief who commands as much respect as a summer's day drizzle. Tribal mask is made from the scale of a Waukion, a great Sanua, who nests on Neverreap, where the Vanu are forbidden to go. The wicked Vandu seek to hoard power and influence for themselves. They seize control of Neverreap Keep and forbid poor Zandu from entry. But they cannot keep out Great Netherling, who tamed the White. Go to Neverreap, Netherling, and snatch the scale of a Wakaon from the Vandu's evil clutches. Tanu Vanu will be your guide. He awaits you outside the village. Pray go swiftly, Netherling, and chase away the coming storm. I do. Other side of the map. Oh. Engar's Crucible. This oddly shaped isle floating in the eastern reach of the Sea of Cloud is named for the witch Hengar, a figure of Corthian fairy tale whose cauldron is shaped, said to resemble.
Welcome to the cult of the Broken Masquerade.
Bodrick, thank you very much for the new follow and welcome to the cult of the Broken Masquerade. In recent years, it has become a gathering place for the notoriously territorial Tokotokos. Was that one you hadn't got yet?
There's a lot I haven't got.
Oh, fair enough. Well, welcome in, Bodrick. How are we doing? I hope we're doing well. Thank you for stopping on by. I do appreciate it. Tonu Vanu waits for Netherling warrior, and Netherling warriors come. Netherling braves Neverreap to retrieve the Wakion scale for Zandu. Tonu's heart flutters in the gentle whims of Neverling's kindness. Netherreap is a sacred land to the Vanu, but Vandu come with their wicked ways, and transforms Netherreap into a tempest of terrors. Watch your tail feathers, Netherling. Alright.
Right. You ready for the next one?
Yep.
Now, first of all, tell me, do you have any mission called an overgrown ambition?
No.
Okay. This should be the right direction.
I see an unlock quest.
Is it somebody called Sawney?
No, it's Techi Treasure Hunter.
Oh, okay. Yes, Sawney's the next.
An overgrown ambition. The Techi Treasure Hunter has the look of a woman who has seen rather too many bowls. What? There's one behind me, isn't there? No, thank the gods. I've done enough running for one day. Those goddamn beasts came out of nowhere. It's a wonder we made it out alive. But we can't just leave the treasure there. You look like the sort that's used to risking life and limb. Might be that you could clear a way through those seedkins that damn near made a meal of us. We'd see that it's worth your while, of course. If you're interested, let my friend Swanay know. He should be somewhere near the entrance to Saint Amosianian's Arboretum. Well, I reckon it's safe to go back to Idleshire and look for a few more hands. We'll need as much help as we can get. Hope to see you at the Arboretum. Hear you jingling there? You're here to help with the seedkin infestation of the Arboretum? Thank the gods, we've not the numbers to venture in there ourselves. They used to research plant life from every corner of the realm here, you know. Of course, with no one to look after it, it's all gotten a bit overgrown. Usually, places like this are more trouble than they're worth, but if the parchments we found are anything to go by, there's something in these ruins that could benefit everyone in Idleshire for generations to come. A proper priceless treasure. And it goes without saying that a site as old as this is sure to be stuffed with all sorts of precious relics. Which you'd be welcome to keep if you help beat the path for us. We'll follow behind you once it's safe and see if we can't find what we're looking for. Alright. Well, that's that one.
Okay, are you ready to get serious?
Yes. Ooh, back to Limsa. Well, I guess Sirius Tower is in Limsa.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure on the location, so I'm going up to the Aft Castle. And I'm checking my coordinates. Yeah, I thought as much. He's in the Drowning Wench.
All right. Limsa is bumping as always.
It's Limsa. There should be someone. Or is it here?
No, I don't see an unlock in here.
No. Alright.
Are you sure you're not thinking Hull Breakers? Because Hull Breakers was underneath the Drowning Wench.
The coordinates I've got are 12-7, 12-8. It looks like it's Maelstrom Command then.
12, 7, 12.
Yeah, here he is.
Oh, it's Thantrach. Okay, yeah. It wasn't showing on the thing because I've still got, like, Civilized Men and Women Maelstrom to unlock.
Right.
Things are getting serious. Captain Starage, perfect timing as always. We're in need of your talents to deal with some new trouble brewing over on the Isles of Umbra. Seems a pack of kobolds may grab for us serious. The smiths working on the restoration barely made it out alive. Maelstrom Command's drawing up plans to take back the tower, with Master Mimadoa advising on how things stand on the ground. But when they asked him for his opinion, he kept going on about some adventurer from long past that helped him drive off a siren from the same spot. Now, no disrespect to the old fella, but I don't have the firmest grasp on what happened when. So we couldn't help wondering if maybe it was, maybe his hero was none other than your fine self. You're being a siren slayer and all. So what do you say? Willing to lend us a hand relighting the beacon? I knew I could count on you. One of our Storm's flyers is making the final preparations of the airship landing right now. Tell her Thankrach sent you and she'll give you the particulars. With the airship landing. Captain Starage, we are honored to have you with us. The situation is developing as we speak, but I will do my best to explain what we know. According to Master Mimadoa, he and his fellow smiths barely escaped with their lives when the kobolds began scattering bombs around the lighthouse foundation. He believes the beastman intends to blow Farah Sirius to pieces, thus disrupting our vital supply routes to and from western Lostossia. Needless to say, this cannot be permitted to succeed, and we must act swiftly before wrecks begin to pile up around Aleport. That is where you come in. The kobolds have sealed off ground entrance, so we propose to take you to the top of the tower by airship. Once there, you will proceed inside to see the bombs along with any kobolds you encounter. Maelstrom will then bring up the rear and secure the area. Before we proceed, I must stress the need for caution. Master Mimadoa suspects that if the kobolds are bent up are bent upon destroying Farah Sirius, they will have more than a handful of flaming void sent at their disposal. One inopportune explosion could set the restoration back by moons, if not years. You know as well as I do how volatile bombs can be. If we are to save the beacon, we best leave soon. So what I'm hearing is, don't take a black mage.
Do take a black mage.
Explosion!
That should be it. You need to finish off, do it for Gilly.
Okay. And yeah, and I picked up the 3 pickups for the Warring Triad.
The extremes, yeah.
Yeah, the extremes. And I already have the unlock started for Ismarak Extreme and Ravana Extreme. I would like to do those extremes to try and get the burbs. I believe that they can be acquired as drops, but you can also like get resources for them, right?
You get totems, yeah.
Is it the totems are the only way, or can it be dropped?
No, it drops and totems.
Yeah, so you're not like wasting your time. If you're just unlucky.
That all depends upon how many totems they're wanting now.
I want to say it's like 4. Is that like 25 or 40 or something like that?
Because it was 100.
It's definitely not 100 now. Oh no, it is still. It's still 99.
Yeah. And you get 1 totem
Per thing.
per run. Successful run.
Holy. Better odds than just getting the thing, just getting the drops, probably.
Yes. But it's a case of if you are that unlucky.
Yeah.
Right. You want to call it a night?
Oh, yeah, very much so. That at the very least means that tomorrow, yeah, I can do class content and whatnot. Yeah, okay, I get it. You have all of the fancy abilities. I have nothing. Well, I don't have nothing, but I do have an amount.
I have all of the abilities.
Yes, I'm aware. I can see that. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well, not everything. You don't have everything for your crafters and gatherers yet, I assume.
No, nor do I have everything for Blue Mage. But everything that matters.
Blue Mage matters, how dare you? Have you tried any of the Mask Carnival yet?
No.
Yeah, fair enough. I've done one.
How did it go?
Well, I managed to beat one. One thing that I will say is don't just use one ability. You get penalized for using a single ability.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I do want you to use a mixture of them. But I tried taking on one to try and unlock another ability, and I got my ass handed to me. So... But yeah, we really should look into acquiring some more abilities soon. I mean, I guess now that we've into the next area, we could start potentially looking at the new area. The overworld abilities.
That's gonna be.
It'd be a little bit.
Unpleasant.
It is gonna be it is gonna be unpleasant. Yes.
To put it simply.
Well, I mean, when, our blue mages aren't even 60 yet.
Nope.
So, one of us will be boosting the other for a bit.
As long as the favour's returned.
Of course it will be. I also need to unlock Reaper. And, Viper and Picto. You having fun showing off all of your classes at 100?
I haven't shown them all off.
Yeah. I wasn't saying that you've shown them all off. I'm just saying, are you having fun doing it?
It can be fun. Sometimes.
It can be fun. Alright. I'm heading back.
Nin nin.
Nin nin. I need to get more tokens soon. Oh. All right, YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. You made it to the end of this video. Just know you are fantastic for doing so. If you haven't already, do consider hitting that like, comment, or subscribe button because I would be appreciative of you doing so. It helps us get noticed by the algorithm. Helps me out a lot. You're going to leave a comment, though, if you're going to talk about any of the plot points that I have not yet encountered. Just mark your comments with spoiler at the beginning so I can use my discretion to read through that as I see fit. Everyone will still receive a comment in kind, though. There are some links down below. There's the link for the Vasculitis Foundation, where we'll be raising money all month. This is going through until December 1st. So if you can... December 1st? January 1st, my bad. If you can consider giving some money. I know that it is not a easy time with it being the holiday period and everything. Money being tight is always expensive. So if you can give some money, that would be fantastic. If you can't, I do understand. Just you watching is fantastic. It helps out a lot because, as I said, it gets eyeballs on it who, you never know, might be able to donate. Either way, just watching this video or spreading the word about it is fantastic help. It goes a very, very long way. There's some other links that might interest you. There's the Lore of Dix Merch Store, there's my throne list. Yeah, those help me out. There is the Quellan Shardfall system and game, which blends your fitness and gaming together. You can use it to work off those holiday pounds from all of the meals you put on. It's a blend of fitness and gaming. They've recently announced their VR system, which will be coming in the new year, or the VR capabilities, which will be coming in the new year. My link gets you $40 or equivalent off of your purchase. And for full transparency, I do get a small kickback if you do use that link. There's nothing other to mention, so until next time, YouTube, may you stay safe in this broken masquerade.